for the playlist Going Strong, talking to General VK Singh, and here we are at the formative years of India's military after independence. Actually, it is seen that General Cariappa retired as the Chief of Army Staff when he was aged 53. Lt Gen Nathu Singh, who was a GOC in C, an Army Commander, had retired at 51, whereas Thimayya and Thorat retired at 55. Now, all these are relatively quite young age, seeing the career span. Now, what was the reason that the Indian generals who had rich experience, who had all participated in Second World War, most of them came from Sandhurst, and yet they retired early? Can you explain this to our viewers?
Okay. No, this was in fact a very unfortunate decision. In 1950, instructions were issued by the government limiting the tenure of the army commander in the chief to 4 years. Now, the order was only applicable to
the chief and
army commanders, that means Lieutenant General and General, not for lower ranks and not for other arms and services. Navy, Air Force were exempted, like heads of engineers, signals. Nobody, this order was applied. Why this order was passed, that
is
very interesting.
Yes.
There used to be one Major General Hira Atal.
Atal. Yes.
Atal, he was a Kashmiri.
Yes.
He was the Adjutant General in Army Headquarters.
Yes.
And being a Kashmiri, he was close to the...
I had met him much later. After I joined Army, he was there and he was a former Adjutant General of Indian Army. Yes.
That time there were just 3 Lieutenant Generals in the Army, 3 Army Commanders.
Okay.
That is...
Western, Eastern and the
Southern.
Army.
So, Nathu Singh and General Rajendra Singh and Sri Nagesh.
Okay.
और तो कोई था ही नहीं. Atal would have never become a Lieutenant General because the other people in the normal course, they were served for another 10 years. They were all in the early 50s or less than 50. If they had continued, they would have served for at least another 10 years. He would have never become a Lieutenant General.
Never been promoted.
No chance unless the number of vacancies was increased.
Yes.
Which was done but later. So in fact, he put up a proposal limiting the tenure to 4 years. The proposal went to General Cariappa. Cariappa forwarded it to the Prime Minister. Cariappa thought that if I don't agree, people will think I am doing it with selfish interest. That I want to...
His motive would be doubted.
That he wants to continue for 10 years.
Yes.
So he forwarded it. And Nehru...
It went through, the proposal went through.
Proposal went through, Nehru approved it, orders were passed.
Okay.
And General Nathu Singh felt very strongly against it. He made a formal representation.
Okay.
Made a formal complaint, you can say. Later, जैसे statutory complaint होता है, वो बनाया against General Hira Atal.
Okay.
On 2 issues. One was for this tenure.
Yes.
He said he is doing it for selfish interest. This is the reason. And also that officers from the state forces who had been inducted into the Indian Army, number of them came to the Indian Army. They were not given their dues.
Okay.
Their seniority, etc. were not
protected.
Fixed.
Yes.
Not fixed in accordance with what they had served earlier. So he says this is very unfair to both of them. This again went to the Prime Minister. Prime Minister was very unhappy that he made a complaint, and so it was rejected, and the displeasure of the government was conveyed to Nathu Singh.
Look at it.
That is there in his file.
Okay.
In his record of service, that displeasure signed by General Cariappa is still there.
Okay.
You are conveyed the displeasure of the government for so and so. He was an army commander.
Okay.
But this was the reason. Now, in case this order had not been passed, Nathu Singh, Thimayya retired in 61,
Yes.
Thorat in 61, in May 61, they would have been still serving
When the Chinese came.
when the Chinese came, and the war wouldn't have
taken the
turn that it
did.
took.
Yes.
Very unfortunate.
Very unfortunate.
And you know, the heads of Navy, we had continued to have a Britisher till 1954, Admiral Pizet.
Yes.
The heads of engineers and signals were there till 1954, Englishmen. So it was only applied to army commander because that was the job which was endangering.
Which he was eyeing, Hira.
So it changed the whole history of the Indian army,
that-
and these were the most experienced officers who had all fought in
Yes.
World War II. And
They had rich
they were sent
experience
home
and
at the
yes.
age of 51 or so. Which
Something
was
very,
very sad.
unfortunate, very sad, and definitely not in the national interest. Well, that's how the history is built, and we would continue this conversation. Be with us.